Johnny.
I don't got to show shit. I'm in the dark right now.
And
Oh,
we
oh
are
my
live.
God, you're alive.
Are you kidding? Johnny Dean, Scott Dollar. What's going on, gentlemen? This is I don't know if it's Are You Kidding Me or Tales from the Driver's Side. This is the only background I got.
It's a combination, dude.
Yes.
Anytime you got Scott on here, it's gonna devolve into some kind of weird shit.
I hope it's not like when you mix alcoholic beverages that you shouldn't mix like whiskey.
And then think about being buried alive.
What?
Oh, he must have been listening in.
This thing just turned. It took a turn, guys. All right, so let me try that. Let's try to bring us back. I just got finished watching a documentary on Jonestown, and drinking the Kool-Aid.
Drinking that juice.
Jim Jones it is.
I'm not Jim Jones. If I was going to have a group of people and I was like a Jesus with them, I'd be using them for different purposes and been drinking my.
Well, Jim Jones was the ultimate cult of personality, right?
Yep.
So we were actually giving you a compliment, Scott, saying you had a personality.
In a weird way, he was able to get them all to go. I mean, he had something.
Even though I have a fixation with Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh, Jesus God Almighty! You can't even drink yet, dude. Calm down.
I'm sure she's had an alcoholic beverage.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, we got to show you. This is what we get sent on a daily.
Yes, constantly.
All these versions of Millie Bobby, except for the one on the bike, which is not. As I've
Scott is definitely a one-trick pony.
And then let me put this on here live. Kat, if you see this, I'm not the one looking these pictures up. It's this gentleman over here who wakes up in the morning and sends them to me first thing.
100%, Kat. That's absolutely the truth.
Hey, Kat, I don't send dick pictures or pictures of women's breasts or anything like that. So a picture of Millie Bobby Brown, that's harmless.
One of those pictures, you can see it now.
Show Chris Hansen that shit, dude.
No.
He'll be knocking on your door soon.
MBB, Scott. MBB. Is that it? Honestly, is there anybody else that you're? I mean, is it just her?
Don't let him start the list. Oh my God, the list.
No, I mean, I don't always go for the 19, 20-year-old girls like Heidi Klum, Patricia Heaton. She's in her late 50s, early 60s by now, I would think.
Yeah.
Still 20 years difference.
Christy Brinkley.
Closer, Johnny. We're getting closer.
Christy Brinkley, which Johnny and I were talking, and he couldn't remember her name.
Yeah, Christy Brinkley.
I love their smile.
But I quit liking her when she married Billy Joel because I can't stand Billy Joel. No. I can't see a world without his music in it.
Yeah.
But the person himself is a dirtbag, okay? He's just low life.
My most favorite woman though is Elizabeth Montgomery, but she's gone now.
Well, she must have bewitched you or something.
Oh yeah. When I was going through puberty, boy, she bewitched me good.
That's where the issue lies, right?
Is that fill me in, guys, of that somebody that's not of your generation?
Elizabeth Montgomery was Tabitha on Bewitched.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
You can watch that on I think she's
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Okay.
Don't mean he wants to look it up and see it again, dude.
You can just twitch your nose and yeah, it was her that twitched her nose. Jeannie kind of went like this.
Yeah.
Jeannie did the nod. Like, oh man, this is an early show. I can't be saying all that shit.
Nah, you started off by.
I know. I just thought about it. It's 7 o'clock.
It's just on YouTube though.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, I was saying I didn't put it on anything else. Just because I didn't know what we were talking about, but I never know what we're talking about with you guys because it always starts one place. Just like in the car.
That's the way of it. Hey, you didn't happen to send this to Ben, did you?
Oh no, let me do it.
Oh, wait a minute. He's. I think he's out. But
What
you might
time
as
is
well
it? Is
send
it
it to him anyway.
what time is it over there? Is it 4:30? Were they 3 hours behind us?
426 there.
4:26 there. All right, I'll send it to him and see what him and Alec.
No, Alec.
Okay, all right, Scott.
Oh, bullshit! What's wrong with Alec, man? Come on. You're a fine person to be criticizing somebody else, dude.
I think he would make a good subject on love of the spectrum on the spectrum.
Oh my god, that's what he says about you.
Oh my goodness. Do you want me to put it in the off the rails chat?
No.
Yeah, put it in the off the rails chat and specify Alec. Come on, join us, Alec.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what Anthony's doing also.
Yeah,
Somebody just got it.
I heard a ding.
So that was just the Facebook notification.
All right, I just said hop on, gentlemen. That didn't sound good.
Especially with this kind of show we're doing tonight.
Edit that.
I'm all ready to hop on. I'm all.
What the hell did you title this show, Sean?
Are you kidding me? Is exactly what.
Okay. Good title.
Oh my goodness. You know what?
Well, I wanted to talk about the Audi RS7, man.
Huh?
I wanted to talk about the Audi RS6. I mean,
well, we don't have. Do you have a picture? Can you share a picture?
no, it's a wagon, but made by Audi. That's 700 horsepower.
Oh, nice.
Fucking nice. But I think wagons should make a comeback, man. SUVs are overrated. I love the wagons, man.
I saw
Mercedes makes one. Audi makes one. What's the other one? Oh, Porsche, the Panamera. Yeah, Porsche makes a wagon too. I think America needs to step up and say, "Hey, man, we were the first ones to make these wagons right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it right now."
What was the back in the day? And I think of Beach Boys when I think of it. What was that old style?
The Woody, that old Woody,
yeah. With the wood on the side.
Yeah, there was multiple, like the Chevy Nomad. They made a Woody out of it. There's multiple wagons that were made with that design. It was the wooden design. But the Beach Boys, that Nomad is the one that everybody thinks about when they first see it.
I saw that on
wagon.
Friday, but I couldn't get a picture of it. And I was like, damn, this is a classic, man. I want to see it. And I couldn't get a picture of it because there was a cop near me as well. So, but I wanted to get a picture of that. But that one always fascinated me. I mean, because I was a Beach Boys fan when
There's nobody in the comments. What the hell, man? Christopher Cole's not even joined us yet.
I don't even know if anybody knows because it's not on Facebook or it's not anywhere else. But I didn't know what we were talking about, so I didn't want to get flagged.
It's on YouTube. I can go throw it over to Facebook real quick.
Yeah, send them. I put it in. Marty said, "What are we talking about?"
Marty, what's up, brother?
But
I thought it was talking about NASCAR.
Everything. We're talking about every friggin' thing, right? Yeah, there we are.
Yeah, I'll say no topics, just fun.
Right?
And Scott. MBB, baby.
Is Kat watching this?
No, I haven't gotten a message or anything. I know she gets notifications. She messaged me when we were talking earlier saying that she's just landed. And then that was the last thing I've heard. But she posted a message on Facebook, so I know she's there.
This show was supposed to be called Sean Gone Wild.
Yeah, that's what we were going to call it.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm just going to do one from the bed. Like, I'm in the bed. How you like that? No couch for me. Wait, we do got somebody. Is that Marty watching? Is that Marty? Got
Here's
watching.
Johnny. Join the chat.
Oh, there's Johnny. Oh, there's another.
Oh, you named this the Crimson Trio. Okay.
Yeah.
So it can go anywhere.
You're right.
Somebody needs to put at and anybody they want to join us at.
Okay. Let me see.
Just don't put at Alex or Alec.
I already put it in the group chat for
Oh
Off the
God.
Rails.
I'm gonna send it to Alex.
Okay, Alex is fine, but Alec, no.
No, I like Alec.
Yeah, guys.
That's not what you used to tell me.
Oh my goodness.
No, dude. I've never said a damn thing to you that I've never said to him. Don't even try that bullshit.
Scotty.
When he doesn't stay on topic, I let him know he don't stay on topic. Just like I let you know you're a pervert.
People, this is up to you. Let's get some comments in here. Do you think Scott's a pervert just because he likes Millie Bobby Brown?
Absolutely.
How old are you, Scott?
69 going on 70 soon.
First and foremost, the fact that you, of all people, is 69. I can just go so many different ways.
Well, you know, there is a thing that's going through a second puberty.
Oh, I have not heard.
When are you going to get out of your first one?
I guess I never will.
Oh goodness.
I shared it to the groups that I think can handle this bullshit.
Yeah. I hit him. We were hitting him up off the rails. I mean, people are there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Should get Tracy.
Hey, get down, man! God damn, dog.
Let me see.
In case you don't know, that's Johnny's puppy Radar. He's a sweetie.
He's an asshole every time I get on the laptop, though.
There is.
Yeah, I taught him a new trick, and this is an actual very good trick to teach your dog. Every time I light a lighter or smoke a cigarette, he starts barking at me.
Oh,
okay. So he makes a good backup fire alarm.
I had a Doberman when you struck a match or you just took your fingers and went like that, he'd want to kill you.
Well, hopefully whatever fires you had would have a snapping sound, I guess.
No, it was like lighters, snapping your fingers,
I know
cocking a gun. We used to take him out in the woods. We were trying to get him used to gunfire so he wouldn't freak out. And he just sit there and go like this.
Let me see if I can share that to Marty. Marty's always bringing it, man, whenever he gets on a show.
I don't even have any. Let me see.
Corey Brown might be at work.
I'm like, yeah, it's Sunday. What are people doing?
Corey works in the food industry.
Ah, it makes sense. That makes sense.
And Ben's probably driving around on the street looking for hookers.
Oh.
It's Sunday night. It's fun night.
Speaking of fun night, Scott, tell us about your interaction with the TSA agent.
Wait a minute. Let me respond to Scott first, okay? Ben lives in Vegas. There's a lot more to do there than just look for hookers, dude.
He said he doesn't gamble.
Gambling ain't the only thing. Dude, when's the last time you were in Vegas?
Shows are too expensive.
You don't have to go to the shows. Oh, my God, dude. They got an amusement ride 80 stories above the ground, man. Come on, dude. There's all kinds of shit to do in Vegas, man.
And the lines are 2 miles long on Sunday.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. When's the last time?
You sound like an old, young pervert.
Scott, when's the last time you've been to Vegas, though? Seriously.
I think it was around 12 years old.
Oh, my fucking God.
Well,
I understand. I understand now.
And that's when I was at Caesar's Palace, and
Caesar's Palace.
I walked on the gambling floor with my parents, and the 2 guards came and picked me up and carried me back out. And then they appointed one of the showgirls to keep me company.
Of course they did.
Wait a minute. Can we spotlight this little corner over here, ladies and gentlemen? Are you kidding me? Is that truth or is that a lie?
Nobody here to vote besides you and Johnny.
Well, we both say it's a lie. So go further into the story.
It's just I was sitting there. That's back when a shrimp cocktail was like 99 cents.
Oh,
and it had like 6 or 8 shrimp.
There are a couple of comments in there.
Yeah, from you, Herbert.
My name ain't Herbert. That's you.
But they took me over. They brought me a shrimp cocktail, and I couldn't be unattended at 12 years old in the casino. So they had one of the girls
So where in the casino were you with them?
right
Were you just
outside
talking
the gambling floor where I could see my parents.
And they just sat there with you in full showgirl garb, or
Yeah, legs and all.
They were talking about that all night. Man, we got paid just to watch this little brat.
Oh, they were hugging me and stuff, and
I'd be hugging you too if I was making overtime for watching some little kid.
I even got kisses on my cheek and
Ugh.
how cute I was, and come back and see him when I'm 18 and
That new dress I'm gonna get, boy, that's nice.
21.
Thank you. They say come back and see you when you're 18, Scott.
I'll
Well,
be back in a
21.
second. I gotta let this dog out, man.
All right.
No, that was a nice. I've dreamt about that. Well, not lately, but
Over the years.
yeah.
I
Well,
would too.
I reached the fine age of puberty at 10, so
Oh,
at 12 I was in full-fledged horniness.
you were rearing to go.
Oh yeah. I think I even asked her.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
What about what?
No, I said stuff like, "Can I touch your leg?" or "Can I touch your breast?"
Oh Lord, Scott, really?
Yeah, I said I had a lot of experience with breasts when I was a baby because I used to nurse. So
I mean, I don't know why
anything a 12-year-old says to a showgirl is cute. So
yeah, well,
they're not the most what do you call it? When they're not aware of things of the world.
what? How are they not aware of things in the world?
They are.
Oh, they are.
It's
Oh,
not like going up to a girl back in the late 60s just on the street and saying, "Can I touch your leg?" or
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Can I lay my hands on you or something like that? They'd slap you silly. Showgirls got that all the time.
That's true. How long did this this encounter last, Scott?
Oh, I'm back, by the way.
I really can't remember the time span, but I'm sure it was more than an hour.
Oh, Scott was in heaven at an early age.
I actually think it was more than one gal. One would watch me for a while, and then they would leave, and then another one come. In between where they had to have a show or do something. I think back then they actually walked around the.
I gotta look you in the eye for this one. Are you fucking kidding me?
Can we use that word on
It's on
YouTube?
YouTube.
Dude, it's YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
So,
And I already said this is not for kids.
John, have you had any similar experiences?
With what? I
Like
haven't even seen Tina
Showgirls
Turner,
and-
so
Showgirls in Caesar Palace, being in New Orleans, and being around what do they call that?
Scott was too busy being a crossing guard to really enjoy the 60s and 70s the way they should have been, I think he's trying to relive them moments today. Just
Well, I was a crossing guard, and I took advantage of it too.
sure you did. You switched on a bunch of people, didn't you?
I won't give you any demerits as long as you come here and let me squeeze you.
what? No,
you know
Scott.
that's a lie. You know damn well that's a lie.
Come on, Scott.
Yeah, I was a very upstanding young man until I reached the 7th grade.
That's what I thought.
Well, there it is. I think we can all equate 7th grade for an interesting time in our lives.
Even though I did have those advances.
Yeah, my first son was born when I was in 7th grade.
There it is. Very interesting. Now, I was sitting here dealing with, not putting on deodorant and whatnot, and hey, that teaches.
Well, let me ask you guys this question, and anybody that's watching, what's your favorite anatomy on a woman?
Their mind.
Yeah, right. You're right.
I'm being dead serious. Now I've evolved that far, but
Well, yeah.
when I was younger, if you asked me during different generations of my growth, it would change.
Yeah, he went from ape to Cro-Magnon to Johnny.
And you're 60.
The more I talk to you, the more I devolve.
Going up, coming back.
I'm sorry.
I think every man fantasizes about younger women.
Well,
Yes, yeah, maybe, and maybe by younger we mean a year, 2 years, maybe 5, maybe 10. My parents, there's a 15-year gap. I understand.
I've never looked at a kid in diapers and said, "That looks good. I want that." No, never.
Well, yeah, maybe a 50-year gap is a little much.
A little.
Yeah. I look at girls. I've been hit on by girls that are, and I'm only 40. I've been hit on by girls that are 25, and I felt,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
For one thing, you've got to be able to have something in common with the
Right.
person, right?
Right.
And I can't imagine having a conversation with a fucking 18-year-old or a 20-year-old right now. I wouldn't even understand what the hell they were saying.
When I was younger, in my teens,
I know, Scott. We know you're not thinking about conversations and shit.
I got along with older people better than I did with people my age or younger people. But now,
I believe that.
I get along better with younger people.
Well, you think you do.
Except for my daughter and her boyfriend.
Because they're more respectful and shit. I mean, I get along great with my nephews and nieces and shit like that, but that don't mean I'm part of their generation. It don't mean I fit in with them or nothing. You know what I mean? I don't even try.
I think it's different. In certain situations, it's like a parent or an adult junior, as opposed to if we're seeing on the same level. We're, equals in a sense. Because I can't speak like even my sisters, like younger sister and brother. It's hard to sometimes connect because they're not on the same. They haven't seen what I've seen. They haven't been through it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they think they know more than you.
Oh, always.
Well, didn't you? Jesus, that's a never-ending saga, man.
Never.
We did it. They did. Our generation before us did it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when my daughter, I can't talk like I talk to you guys around her. I have to really.
Dude, you can't talk to you talk to us around anybody.
Look, let's say, stop. We are the exception. Like, come on now.
But you guys are my buddies, so and you put up with me and you look the other way most of the time, except for Johnny. Johnny's always got to put his digs into me.
I'm trying to keep you out of jail, dude.
I'm not touching. I'm not chasing. I'm not stalking. I'm just looking.
Mr. Inappropriate. That's your name, dude.
I'm sorry, man.
If I got around her, I'd probably be very respectful and wouldn't.
You couldn't even say that word properly, dude. he had to think a minute before he.
I'm Scott. My name is Scott. Okay, Millie by Brown. you stuck, Scott.
I would hope that I would be a little bit more. What do you call? I can't think of the word now. It's my age. I would
mature.
No, I would be able to express myself in terms and not look like
in appropriate behavior,
like a drooling dog.
You said it.
I mean, basically, she's not built that great, and she's not super good looking. There's just something about her that is attractive.
Your legs, man. She got legs.
Her legs aren't that great either, really.
What is it?
It causes a tingle in my groin. That's what it does, man.
Look into her eyes, and I feel it. That's what it is.
You gotta quit looking at pictures of her when you take your little blue pill. That's what it is. It's little blue pill.
Gets the motor running.
To be honest, when I take the little blue pill, she's the last thing I think of.
And the first thing you wake up to.
I actually think about people that I actually know and interacted with.
Oh God, neighborhood watch.
God, we're still live. Even if people aren't watching.
But
Somebody's still live.
these people are all of age, so
Yeah, you do get pictures a lot, Scott.
yeah. I mean, it's. I just
He
have a good
wonders
time.
why these porn things keep coming up on his site. Well, guess what? Quit engaging them.
Come
Well, it's a
on,
good
Scott.
thing I sent Sean all those links to all those photographs because he's alone
Yeah.
till Thursday, so he'll have something to keep him company.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Sean's not over the hill yet, though. He don't have to dream about pictures.
Scott, please.
Well, Cat's out of town, so he has to dream about pictures right now.
Scott,
Shut up.
this is on my StreamYard. This is on YouTube, Scott. Like, you don't think she's watching this, Scott?
If she was watching it, she'd be commenting.
Or she's watching it without commenting.
Just
Oh, come on,
commenting,
Kat.
but it's in her little book. She's going, yeah,
Right.
it's all
God,
right. Got
just
it.
wait,
Got it.
right?
This is just two old guys and your man, and we're just having fun.
That didn't even sound right.
No.
Don't do no. Wait a minute. There we go.
Don't worry,
Listen.
Sean. If we were all in jail together, we would protect you.
Johnny, come back on that one. Look,
There
Scott.
you go.
I would believe it, Scott. I would believe
Johnny would just super glue a metal tray to your ass.
it. Johnny, I can see Johnny, me and Johnny going hard and going toe to toe on these jokers. Scott, I don't want to think about you being in prison, Scott.
No, don't.
I don't want to think about any of us being in prison. Let's not even.
Well, I'd sneak a phone in there so I could show all the guys pictures of Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay, Scott.
He would be called grandma by all the other girls in there.
Well, that's one thing about being really old man in prison is they don't look too much at the old men. They look at the young.
Oh my God, you are so fucking far off, Mark. It's pathetic. You would be grandma to all the sisters, brother. Trust me. You'd be tucking. They'd be teaching you all the tricks and watching out for you a little bit.
I never thought I'd say this, but can we please get back on to the conversation about Millie Bobby Brown? Okay.
Oh my God. I wanted to talk about the Audis, but no.
Did you guys watch Damsel yet?
What is that out?
Yeah, I've watched it.
I refuse to watch it now. I
Yeah.
was going to watch it, but it's got Millie Bobby Brown in it, and I won't
Right.
watch anything with her in it anymore.
Plus, you
because
don't have Netflix, so you can't watch it.
I do have Netflix.
You said you got rid of it.
I did not. There's your fucking mind again.
Millie Bobby Brown.
That's what happens when you have one-track mind, Scott. You can't think of anything
Well,
else, right?
that was a good movie, though. Damsel was a good movie. I enjoyed it. The action and
What was
Millie
it about?
Bobby Brown and Millie Bobby
Oh,
Brown.
God. I hate that girl now. I despise that girl. And
It's
she
not-
hasn't done
yeah.
a damn thing to me. It's just because
Johnny
all
refers to her
I
as
hear is
the nosebleed
NBB,
girl.
NBB. Good.
I got tired of typing out Millie Bobby Brown, so somebody else put MBB, so that's what I started using.
MBB, Scott.
That poor girl's whole career is ruined because of one person.
Well, we've been on here almost a half hour now, and no one's joined in.
They don't know how to compete with this.
They'll have to watch it on the reruns.
They're probably turning in and go, oh God, they're talking about Millie Bobby Brown again.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, think about it. Think about what they would have come in on. Millie Bobby Brown,
Yep.
being a grandma in prison, Johnny, gluing a tray to my butt. People come in on this stuff. That's like, wait a minute, what?
Well, I don't have. This is on YouTube. I don't have Facebook up, so I don't know if there's anybody else looking in.
Oh, I shared it to Facebook. I don't know why.
Did you put it in the bin zone? Put it in the bin zone.
Yeah, it's in the bin zone.
Yeah, so I sent it the link to him too, but he might be. You said it's only 4.
Yeah, he said something to me earlier. Let me see what he exactly said. He just liked on the post in there.
Yeah.
Marty disappeared. He's like, unless you all talking about trucks, I don't got nothing to do with it.
Well, he won NASCAR. Hey, Marty, if you're listening, wouldn't it be nice if Millie Bobby Brown waved the checkered flag,
Good God, man.
starting flag at the NASCAR races? I don't watch NASCAR, but if she was there, I'd watch it.
September 22nd, man. I'm gonna somehow get in touch with Millie Bobby Brown, and I'm gonna.
Did you say you sent this link to Ben?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's still out right now. He said he'll try to jump on later.
All right. Millie Bobby Brown.
See, I see Ben can handle this kind of talk.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Alex, his Canadian butt would just say, no, thank you.
You just be laughing.
We have class up here.
You get Andrew.
He's hopping on the new place.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably downstairs trying to hit the trigger.
Benny boy. Oh,
Yeah.
I told you, Ben can handle this shit.
He can handle this one.
Ben, Scott's of the opinion that the only thing Vegas has is hookers and casinos.
Well, at least back in
I
the
mean,
80s.
that's what it's well known for, but you know damn well it's got a lot more shit than that around there, man.
Well, now we have like escort services. We have chicken ranches. We have, so we've upscaled the last 20, 30 years.
Do they have any of the girls aged and look like Millie Bobby Brown?
Oh,
about,
sakes. Good.
about 50 or 60.
Hold up. Ben, you got to hear the story. Scott, tell the story about the last time you were in Las Vegas.
Oh, it's back.
Oh, God, we have to hear this again.
I want to hear what Ben's thoughts are.
Come on.
Like,
When he was telling the story, he was like, it
was like
I don't want to seem dissolved anymore.
It was like 1967 or 1969. I think I was like 12 years old, and my parents walked into Caesar's Palace. And I'm sure Caesar's Palace is a lot different from it was back then. But
yeah,
we just walked in on the gambling floor and the casino floor, and two guys came out and grabbed me by the arms and carried me off. And my parents said, "What's up?" And said, "He can't be on the gaming floor." So I couldn't be left unattended. So one of the showgirls came over and sat with me, got to get me a 99-cent shrimp cocktail, and they were in charge of watching me for like an hour, and then there would be a change.
Sean,
another girl.
I like my last comment, man.
We've already come to the consensus that it's not a lie; it's the truth. It did happen.
That's not nobody's consensus, because I'm definitely all right. First off, they came up and grabbed you, but without talking to your parents at all, right? Before they grabbed you. No, bullshit.
This is the mob.
Bullshit.
The mob did what they wanted.
Bullshit. That's straight up.
What scene in the movie Casino was this? Scott?
Yeah. No, I was going to say, what was it? Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise that grabbed you?
Two guys kidnapping this fucking kid right in front of every fucking buddy. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Dude.
Well, Ben could probably answer this now. I think nowadays kids can be on the gambling floor, but they cannot be on a machine.
True. I've seen kids run around there like, yeah. Well, at least the last time I went there, yeah. I mean,
as long as they're serving food.
Yeah,
I think
they have
to serve food in order for the kids to be out there.
Yep.
Do they serve a Millie Bobby Brown burger?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You know what's ironic about it? I hate to be a downer about this, but I don't know if you guys saw this documentary. It's on Max. It's the one about Nickelodeon and stuff. I just got done.
Yeah.
Oh, I started hearing about the kids.
Oh, I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So speaking on that, Ben, I didn't know because my sister was born in 92. My brother was born in 95. So both of them grew up heavy in that Nickelodeon era. All that, Kenan and Kel, all those things. So I didn't know. We watched. Was Drake and Josh?
Drake and Josh,
yeah. I
remember
didn't know. Like I just heard that story about what was it? Drake that got abused, or
Yeah, the series is for anybody out there that's watching. If you haven't seen it, it's called Quiet on the Set. Just want to warn you that it is very explicit. They go into a lot of detail. Like Drake Bell was sexually abused by the speech coach guy named. Well, I'm not going to say the name. But I'm just going to say watch it for yourself. It's pretty intense. That's all I'm going to say about that. Don't want to be a downer, but that's the kind of series that it is. You know, it gives a whole new light on. Yeah.
Did he go on to be a Catholic priest?
I don't remember.
What
I
the fuck?
I don't really care.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's quite a series, man. I was like, wow, dude. I mean, this is stuff. Sean, you were that age era. You know, like iCarly, Drake and Josh.
Up All Night, all those shows.
Yeah.
Hannah Montana.
That was Disney, but yeah. But I mean, the guy, Johnny, you'll probably remember the show Head of the Class, right?
Yeah, my nieces and nephews were all into that shit, man.
Dan Snyder was, he was the fat kid in that show. Now he ran Nickelodeon, all the shows and stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty bizarre, man, when you watch it. So,
I watched it. One of the things that I had watched about was two of the black characters on there, and it's talking about some of the different things that they had to do. Like the one kid, they had a thing where it was either truth or a dare or something like that, where they covered him in
peanut butter,
and had the dog, and the dog was licking it off of him. And and he says in the scene, he's like, "I don't like this." And at that time, it was like, it's whatever.
Yeah, you don't think nothing of it, and,
right?
But
now you're looking back at it, you're like, "Ooh, yeah, that is kind of cringy."
Oh yeah.
Especially one of my earlier shows was about peanut butter and dogs, dude. Come on. Ben, you remember that one, don't you, Ben?
Yeah, I remember like on Road Trip. Remember where Kyle was in the car? They're playing is it cheating when you spread peanut butter on your balls and your dog?
I
would even say something like that.
Trust me, man. I'm fascinated by your brain, dude. I would love to see a narrative of your brain, just the subconscious thoughts that go through your brain constantly.
Well, they got a jar for me for my brain.
I'm sure they do.
Abby normal.
And on the veins of the brain, guys, it'll spell out statutory. Like look at
Chris Hansen will have it in his personal repository, dude.
They'll hook it up to a computer, and it'll first thing out of its brain would be Millie Bobby Brown.
yes, it would. It'd just be a picture of her.
Did you show Ben that strip of photos that you had?
No,
no. You ever watch them old creature feature movies and shit like that? The fucking creatures are just so fucking hilarious. It's pathetic. I bet there's a giant vagina in his fucking mind when he sleeps, and that's all that's eating at his brain.
It just swallows them up inside.
Not giant. I like them small.
No, this is your subconscious, man. That vagina has ate your brain up already, dude.
I did get overly excited with that movie, the 50-foot woman or whatever it was called.
I knew it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, it'd be like Scott. It'd be like for him. It'd be like Independence Day. Remember when Randy Quaid went in there to that thing?
Going right out.
He'd be like jumping in there. Like driving in there.
I'm home.
Vivica Fox, she was really hot in that movie.
I mean, she was.
Yeah.
Don't want to argue with you on that.
Now she's doing those extended warranty car with Ice-T.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of actors.
She runs Hallmark. She's one of those that she's been in a lot of movies on Hallmark now.
We are talking quite a bit about movies here. What movie upcoming are you most excited to see here?
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Seriously?
Right.
Seriously.
Wow.
It looks
I
really good.
got burnt out on the Planet of the Apes around the end of the first movie. I was like, okay, I'm done with this.
Well, I think there's been enough time between, the latest one. It was 2017. Now it's 2024. So time for a new era, I'm looking forward to that.
Sean, what are you looking forward to?
Give me a second to think. Finish up what you're saying, Ben.
No Pornhub movies, Scott. None. No, and no Millie Bobby Brown movies. What are you excited to look for?
Kingdom of the Planet of the Gapes. Okay, nothing
No.
like that.
Enola Holmes 3.
What is it?
Enola Holmes 3.
No,
Starring.
Nope, don't work.
Okay.
Don't work. I know.
And Damsel 2.
See, he keeps picking Millie Bobby Brown movies, and I said, no, that was a no movie. No. And
Real
don't ruin Enola Holmes for me, motherfucker. Shut up with that shit.
Real quick, there's a new movie that Johnny, you might cover your ears. It's the B word, baseball, but it's Johnny Knoxville. He plays a serious role, like he's recovering.
Yeah, I've seen the previous
alcohol.
one.
Okay, yeah, trying to get sober and stuff. Yeah, but it looks really good though. And it's one of those.
Nobody has mentioned Beetlejuice. What the fuck, man?
Well,
I didn't know it was coming back out again.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton's reprising the role with Jenna Ortega this time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Winona Ryder's still in it.
Oh yeah, Jenna Ortega. She's another.
Oh, good God.
There we go. Hey, at least it's somebody different.
Yeah. At least, thank you, Scott. At least it's somebody different.
She's just my size.
Around your age limit too, right? Yeah.
Oh man,
Chris Hansen, are you watching this show?
He will
Realize
be.
that. Don't come knocking at our door.
Chris Hansen, bring it on. You got nothing on me.
No, he revealed the hand. That
Oh,
was
Scott, have a seat. Over here, please. Yeah, get your hands out of your pant. Let me see your hands. All right. What are you doing today?
What have you been up to, Ben?
Not much. I was at the store when you messaged me, so that's why I said I was out for a while. I just came out. Oh,
don't stand up, Scott. Yeah.
There's Chris Hansen. Yeah.
Some turn the lights off me off.
Hold on a second. Somebody's at the door.
Oh, yeah. Millie Bobby Brown.
He's got to put his pants back on.
It's Chris Hansen. He's like, excuse me, sorry.
That would be fucking hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Oh, that would be the greatest thing ever, man.
This video would go viral as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Then you'll see him being carried by two men.
Is this part of the story, Scott? Is this
his feet dangling out? He's so short.
He told that story the first time, and I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me two men just walked in and just kidnapped a fucking kid and fucking carried him out and nobody said nothing? And then they went and talked to his folks. No, it don't work that way.
I think I remember saying that he can't be on the gambling floor, but he'll sit with the showgirl.
You just added to drag me out there by both arms for the hell of it. Like it takes two men to fucking carry a little
They did
kid
carry
out.
me out.
As short as you, it takes
ground.
one guy on each arm to drag you out. Right.
No,
Come on,
It was back in the.
like this.
I know Hollywood takes artistic license in stories, but come on, dude. That's even stretching it for them.
Let's go, Scott. Just
that would be funny. Like, this little feet just going like this.
But see, this is okay. But this is the funny part, because that's the part of the story I believed was that happened.
That not
The second
happening.
part is what I didn't believe.
Oh, the girls. Oh,
Yeah.
I just zoned that out, man. When you started talking about that, I'm just like, oh no, here we go.
It's probably some nice sweet old lady like
Now, to give Scott credit, he's at that age now where his own mind is taking artistic license with his own memories and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I
okay.
got my artistic license swinging.
When you answered the door just now,
Yeah, it wasn't Chris Hansen. It wasn't Chris, but the Chris that used to be the announcer on The Bachelor. He wanted to know if I want to be the Golden Bachelor next.
Never watched her. I don't know.
Are you
Sean's not
kidding
getting
me,
drugged
Scott?
down into that conversation right now.
Are you kidding me?
Save that one for the chat.
John's been watching it.
Yes, I
Oh,
have.
quit snitching on him, man. See, I knew you were a crossing guard. Snitch.
No.
I bet you Ben sneaked in and watched a little bit of it.
Nope.
Ben, if it might, maybe if Otani was on there, he would watch it. Maybe.
Well, don't
if-
bet on that. I wouldn't bet on
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm just saying maybe. I'm stretching it for you, dude. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out a circumstance where Ben would actually watch it. And
Next interview Otani is going to be doing is from Federal Penitentiary.
Federal Penitentiary. There you go, Scotty.
Wow.
Oh
Giving
God,
up
I'm
his career for
wait,
gambling.
wait. He's going to do it. He's going to do it here soon.
What?
He's going to take that word penitentiary and pervert it.
Yeah.
I know they have nice trays there.
Watching too many locked up episodes, aren't you?
We already had this conversation.
Yeah, we're
dude.
not going
You know,
back
like
here.
the different foods touching each other. The
He had a
trays
skill
have
plate
different
over Sean's
compartments.
ass. Oh, for God's sake!
Oh,
Johnny always saved his pudding for bribes.
What was that movie? What was that TV show that used to be on? Ben, I know you watched it. Shit, a lot of famous people came out of that. It was a lockup thing. And one of the first times they had a
Scared straight.
no. It was a drama, a
Mm.
weekly drama.
Oz.
Wait, yeah, Oz. That was it. Yeah, Oz.
Ozzy, yeah. The Wire. That was a
The
popular
Wire.
one.
The Wire. I have to like The Wire because Tracy would fucking shoot me if I didn't.
Oh, yeah. That's classic. It's on map.
That's
Oh,
right
yeah.
in her neighborhood, dude. That was mostly
Yeah.
filmed right where she lived. So
In Baltimore, yeah.
every time I try to watch it, she comes in and she sits down. She's like, I lived right there. I see that spot there. I used to hang out right there. Yeah, I know, Tracy.
Yeah. They're still on Max, dude. All those
Yeah.
series, man. Classics.
Shh, Ben, she's sitting right there. She can hear everything you're saying.
Oh,
Hi, Tracy.
She'll have me turn that on again.
so no, I go on Max, because remember those shows we had Entourage,
Yep.
Sopranos. Oh my
Yep.
god, dude. Those were classics.
Oz was brutal at the time when it came out. That was like the most
Yeah.
the most brutal show out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Then they have a one on Netflix, I think it's coming up where the warden there is going to have the prisoners be in charge. No like security, no nothing.
You're not
Like,
talking about the king of whatever town, right?
Well, I forget what it's called, but I just saw a preview for it on
That's
Netflix.
what the one with Jeremy Renner in it.
No, this is different. This is on Netflix. It's like a little documentary series. It's kind of like Lockup, but what it is, it's like
a little
no-
mini documentary. Yeah, I got you.
there's no security. They let the prisoners do their own thing. They want to see. It's like a test trial. If they're good, they can get like early release or something like that. Yeah, it's Netflix.
What about the death row inmates? This must be a minimum
Right.
security facility.
How
Yeah,
do you
it's
get,
a
who gets on this? Like who gets everybody?
Well, if it's a minimum
no, it's
security,
like
you're talking about a level
Min-max,
like
yeah.
level 3.
Well, right, yeah, that's I can understand that, but yeah, not the others. Like
No, not like Death Row or anything. Like
Yeah.
ones with. I think that's what I saw from the preview, the trailer that I saw. But interesting, I guess. I don't know. But-
I'll definitely tune in just to check it out, but I don't usually like prison shows. I spend too much time there.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in jail and everybody wants to watch Cops. I'm like, no, but they're only watching it to see if they're on it. You know what I mean?
I make it.
I made it. I made TV. Yeah.
What's Johnny gonna do?
I thought,
When
I thought it showed Sean would like his Love on the Spectrum.
Adam Walsh has a show dedicated to hunting you down.
Yeah.
So I'm actually okay with what he said because I thought he was going to say something else. So I'm fine.
Yeah, I already had that one I had that one primed and I just had to let it load.
Well, I
let it
told
go.
Johnny this. I was looking through something on Facebook and I saw Love on the Spectrum. and somebody made a comment that didn't think he'd be interested in it, but he saw that Millie Bobby Brown was on it, and I thought, what? So I thought it was a movie. So I looked it up, and my wife was sitting there, and I started watching it. We both kind of got interested in it. So I'm on season 2 already, like the second or third episode. Well, it's interesting to see these kids that are on the spectrum. They're like savants, and the one guy, he can do math in his head. Like you could say 173 times 2,686, and he comes up with the answer within like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And another one can play the piano. Never had a lesson, but they're not. They're socially awkward. They don't know how to.
They have no more. They don't have the connection. What is that? I can't say it.
So is it a mild level of
there's all different kinds of, on the spectrum.
Because I work with
it's called functioning autism.
Right. Yeah, I work with lower level, where communication error issues and developmental disabilities and all that stuff. So we have people that are very high functioning where you can literally leave them at home. They have phones, the whole nine, and they, you just got to check up on them and, remind them to take meds and things like that. But most of the people I work with need 24-hour supervision.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So they're very low functioning is what you're saying. Right. Yeah. You work with low function. Yeah.
You don't usually see the high functioning people, the high functioning autism. You don't see it in institutions or like where you work and stuff that much because they are high functioning. That the only really way you can tell, like Brian, Tracy's brother, he passed away, but he was a high functioning autistic, and like that, hit math and stats, baseball stats. Jesus Christ, guy could name things from the 1900s, the late 1800s and shit in baseball. You know what I mean? And he was amazing, and math was nothing to him. It was like you asked him any question, and it would just come right out of his mouth instantly. You know what I mean?
Right. But then, you ask him, well, how much is like
the biggest disconnect with autism is emotional.
Yeah.
There's a very large disconnection between autism and emotion, their emotional responses. They learn emotions through mimic. They usually mimic. It's kind of like a sociopath, not the killer kind, but the kind that just mimics emotions to get away with their crimes and shit. They just don't feel any emotions. It's kind of like what an autistic person is.
Right. And it's also routine. That's the most important.
Routine is very important to them.
Extremely important. Routine is. I would slightly challenge the disconnect on the emotions. I think that's the
they're I can't say the word.
No, I know the R word.
Sandler did the medulla oblongata or whatever.
Medulla oblongata.
That's where the emotional function starts, and it's always underdeveloped in autism.
Yeah, it's
or sociopaths.
That's where anger comes from, right? That's where anger comes from.
And all your emotional responses come from there.
Well, I thought it was interesting. They had one guy that was autistic, and he went on a date with a Down syndrome girl, and they got around pretty well. But the Down syndrome girl rejected him, and
don't handle rejection very well either, do they?
Oh well.
He did pretty good. He talked like this. Well, I guess she didn't really like me that much, so we decided not to see each other anymore. But
Brian did not handle rejection at all.
Well, and that's I think the biggest, the people that you see on a TV show like that, they have one of two things or both. One is parent consent or control, or just parent involvement. A lot of people I work with don't have that. A lot of people I work with maybe see their parents every couple weeks for a day. One of the gentlemen I work with, his mom, as soon as he's actually Chinese, and as soon as he was born, and as soon as they found out that he was, had mental disabilities, things of that nature, she split. So he came over here because of, a lot of the programs and things we had. But the guy that he's one of those guys that, I mean, you're talking about somebody that grew up learning Chinese, watches everything in Chinese. Still, his name, if you spell it out, is Xiou, and like a whole thing. And then you're trying to explain things to him, and he can speak back to you, but a lot of times he's not going to say it. He's going to sit there. So you're having to read the mind of all this. So that's where I challenge the whole part about not knowing the anger and all that, because I would more almost liken it, at least where I'm at.
Well, that could be repressed emotional
we'll see.
because of the Chinese culture. That's a cult. That could be a cultural aspect to it too.
We'll see. Okay, so here's the way. Well, yes, I agree with that. But here's what I kind of put it as. I kind of look at it going back to the prison thing. We are dealing with people that have been, even though it's not institutionalized like the way it used to be, we're dealing with people that are in a system where you do have to compartmentalize things because the people are not going to always be the same. I've been here for 14 years and I've been through 2 or 3 different places. These guys know, just like the people that are in prison, they know when these guards switch. They know who's the newest one, and it's all about, like, kind of what you're talking about with, the psychopaths, where it's kind of like you're mimicking and you know what works, but it's also, you're not forgetting. You're always waiting for that one day in 13,000 that you can sit here and, okay, it's going to happen today. And it's been like that. And if you seriously map it out, and look at, okay, the behavior, okay, then you can start to draw in that pattern to where it's not too dissimilar from people in prison. Little thing happens here, okay, they keep quiet, boom, boom, boom. Okay, now something happens here. You're figuring out. You're always analyzing what's going on around.
That's learned behavior. Yeah, that's learned behavior. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it is.
I get.
It absolutely is. But it's also the craftiness of a situation, because we have to understand we have the freedom, as in us, to do a lot of this type of stuff. We have phones. We have just the simple freedom of being able to go and come as we please. You know what I mean? And that's one of the similarities that I see with that, is that there is everything in their life is regimented. Everything is dictated to them by X, Y, and Z. So it's you have to be, and there's a lot of times, just like in prison, just like in everything, where you're not going to like the people here that are taking care of you doing X, Y, and Z. And it's already friction right there. And then it's just one little thing, one little here and there. And you start understanding kind of little pieces to where it's like, these guys are far more intricate than they're ever given credit for. Now, again, those are different levels and everything, because the people I think Scott's talking about are very high functioning and can go out and do those type of things, to where the people that I'm dealing with don't have that. I don't even want to say capacity, but they don't.
Well, most of them are like that because of a brain malfunction somewhere in their birth, in genetics. Genetically, it's just like the medulla oblongata being undersized in sociopath. Although they've changed the word from sociopath now because it's such a wide area. It covers so many different people that they've changed the word from a sociopath that goes out and kills people as a psychopath, which is what it originally used to be. And then they tried to play with the words and changed it to sociopath. And now it's back to psychopath again, because a true sociopath doesn't necessarily want to hurt people. They just don't have that emotional connection to like animals. That's one thing that really bothered me about Brian, is he had no emotional connection to any animal. He'd aim at squirrels or cats or whatever when he's driving. I was like, dude, you cannot do that. Once I explained it to him, he was, okay. And he quit doing it because he didn't get joy out of it. He just thought, okay, there's something I can hit. There's something I can hit, blah, blah, blah. Right. Like a little game to him at times. But once he understood that there's an emotional connection with the world about doing something like that, he learned not to do that. Right. But he didn't have that connection. There was no emotional connection. And that's what autism is a shortage of that emotional connection. That's why they'll freak out if they lose their rhythm, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But now,
And-
and I want you to, and I completely agree with that now. But all of it isn't under just that. Like it's not all.
No, there's a lot more that
It's-
goes to it, and like a Down syndrome person is completely different than
Right.
an autistic person.
Right,
That's
right,
a whole
right,
different part of their brain that's been damaged.
Right.
You know?
And it was World Down Syndrome Day a couple days ago. So
Nice.
March 21st. Yeah. Well, and with Down syndrome, it's just they have an extra chromosome. So
Right.
their body doesn't grow muscle either. You know, that's why a lot of them are going to be overweight. They're going to be, you know, because of the development, you know, they only develop certain parts of their bodies. So with the extra chromosome. But
Also
Yeah.
have similar facial features.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The forehead, that's a part of their brain that grew, and they still haven't researched that completely enough yet. They don't really know what that means. They might have some special talent that people don't even know about because they can't communicate it.
Well, I have 3 neighbors, 2 of them real close to me, another one's about maybe half a mile, 3/4 of a mile in the subdivision. They all have mental disabilities. There's one that I'm sure he's autistic. He walks through the subdivision rolling like one of those rolling suitcases when you go on the airplane, and he walks it's probably about almost 2 miles up to the Schnucks, which is a grocery store here, and he works there. And it used to be when he walked past my house, I'd say hi to him, and he would like look at me, and then he'd look away real fast, and then keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I would
One
too. If I saw it.
one day I saw him putting something in one of the neighbors' mailboxes, and somebody reported it, and his father got on there and said, "That's my son Nick, and he's harmless, and he does artwork. He finds garbage and like cereal boxes, and he makes art out of them, and then he leaves them for people." And he's one, and then there's another one that lives down the street. When we first moved in here, he would walk, smoke cigarettes, and we had all these sweet gum trees, and he would actually walk up the street, get to my sweet gum trees, bash his forehead on it like he was going to kill himself, and then he'd walk up to the next one, do the same thing. Well, he's been on medication for years, but he drives. When he first started driving, he was pretty dangerous. He'd just back out in the street, whether cars were coming or not. He'd just back out and take off. And the other guy is across the street from me, and he was going to be a doctor, and he was in an automobile accident, so he has brain damage, and he can't even be responsible for his own daughter, who's only like 10 or 11. I know Johnny knows. It's a little girl I watch in the morning because the mother goes to work, and she asked me if I could watch her from my house to make sure she got on a bus safe. So I do that. But the mother or the grandmother told him, that's your daughter. You need to go out there. Scott goes out there every day and watches and makes sure Maddie's okay. You should do it too. So Maddie comes out. Sometimes he comes out. Most of the time he does, but he waves at me, and then he sits there and watches the bus get on. She gets on it, and then it drives off. But I don't know. He talks very intelligently. He knows English, and he's actually the only one in the family that I can really understand.
He's Spanish?
Huh?
He's Spanish?
Chinese.
Spanish? Oh, yeah.
Actually, the family's from Vietnam.
Okay. So I'm sorry, Scott. I gotta go here. We gotta lighten the mood a little bit. But check this out. She told him, "You better go outside and start. That's your daughter." Scott watches her every day. She could have been meaning like, that guy over there is watching her every day.
Oh my God!
Well, I thought that, but then Scott said he watches her while he's
10 or 11 years old. Oh Lord! I did not have the fixation for Millie Bobby Brown when she first started out with the short hair and the nosebleeds. It only happened after she got to like 18, 19 years old.
Guys, you see all those worms around Johnny? He opened that can just now.
Yeah, I opened that can. I couldn't help it. As soon as he said that, it was just like foam.
It could be my fatherly instincts.
We talk about autism and Brian, Tracy's brother. The other day when we were talking on video chat, and Tracy went, "Wow, Scott." She was being sarcastic. She was using her brother's. That was her brother's thing. He had a very sarcastic sense of humor, and I loved him for that shit, man. Because the one thing he was really good at was that sarcasm. He'd sit there and look at you in the eye and sit and listen to everything you said and go, "Really, really." And as soon as you hear the word "wow" come out of his mouth, anybody who knew him knew he was fucking with you.
He would have been good on Are You Kidding Me?
No, he's as deadpan as they come. I mean, he's autistic, so he's deadpan as he come, and that's where his humor comes. When you get his humor, then you listen to him, and you're like, "Oh, he's fucking with them."
Kind of like Johnny when he's talking about my stuff that I'm talking about, and he says,
"No, when you hear me being funny, you know it." It's just when I'm my what do you call it? Bluntness sounds funny a lot when I'm being serious, and then it sounds serious when I'm trying to make a joke. So the only time anybody gets it is when I say, "Shut up, Ben."
Ben got his phone out there. It's a good-looking chick walking down the street. He wanted to get some photos.
Oh my goodness.
Ben just strikes me as the kind of guy that might go in a grocery store just to see the women, and he'd have his phone out all the time.
I thought he was going to go a whole different direction with that. I said, when he said walk into a grocery store, I was like, "Oh my God, here we go."
Like, wait a minute.
Have you ever been on your phone somewhere and you're talking to somebody or you're looking at something and you're like this and girls?
What are you looking at?
Yeah. What are you looking at? Are you taking a picture of me?
No, what are you looking at when you're out in the grocery store with the phone out like that? Why? Who holds their phone out like that unless it's some pervert trying to get underneath the girl's locker room?
That's like this.
Guy with the Rams hat. No,
He knows. You see him? He was doing it. That's like this.
when he's at places where they have elevator or escalators and stuff.
Yeah, got the mirror on your shoe.
He said that's an old trick. We've done that years ago. We've advanced that.
Yeah, get the mirror on your under the toe of your shoe and stick it up while you're going behind them in an escalator.
Oh my fucking God!
What? Okay, Scott.
There's no. You can't even deny his expertise at this shit.
You have to remember, I was store security for Central Hardware, so I've seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Created half of it.
I don't doubt that.
Scott, tell us one of the things you saw at Central as small store security at Central. Where was it?
Central Hardware in Meacham Park in Kirkwood, which is a very dangerous area of St. Louis.
Did you see too much, Scott? Did they get rid of you because they thought you might tell?
Oh, there were women that came in and stole stuff, and
He didn't even get that.
they'd pull stuff up and put it underneath their shirt, and it would hang down. Their bra would pull down, and you'd see everything. And then you'd go out, and you'd have to stop them, and they'd say, "Why are you stopping me?" He says, "Because you have a SK socket wrench suit tool set hanging from your bra." And no, I don't. And I said, "Yeah, you do. Take it out." "I ain't pulling my shirt up." I said, "Well, then I'm going to have to."
What other peep and Tom jobs have you had?
Well, I mean, there were times when you were in a fitting room, and
were you in with them?
No, you have when you're in a fitting room. If there's a space between the ceiling and the fitting room, you need to look up while you're doing whatever you're doing because there might be somebody
like this.
Yeah.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, Scott, I'm telling your tricks, man.
But usually it's only after you see somebody stealing something, and then they go back in the fitting room and they put.
Yeah, he was on first name basis with these girls.
I've seen people put on like 12 jackets. They go from a small up to a XXX and put it on themselves, and they'll walk out of the store.
Dude, you don't discriminate, do you?
Right.
No matter how big or small or everything.
Scott, wait a minute, Scott. How tall are you again? Say this again.
5'6".
And you were the security guard?
Yeah, I got on with my
section?
my sensei from my karate studio.
Oh
And
Lord, Scott.
I was a badass.
Yeah, didn't you say you
Hold
were
on,
like a
hold
two-time black belt champion?
But the
I'm
rule
gonna-
was if the guy was real big and you didn't think you could handle him, all you did was follow him out to the street when they got in their car and took their license plate number.
This is what Scott saw every time he got in a fight.
Oh, I thought he'd do this. Like karate. Scotty son. Wax
One
on.
time we were at a dog show and we parked on the street by this guy's parking lot, and it was early in the morning and I was still sleeping, and I heard all this commotion, and he was telling my dad he couldn't park there because he owned the parking spots. And my dad says, bullshit. And the guy says, well, I'm going to have to beat you up. And he says, well, I'm an old man, but I got somebody in the motorhome that would like to meet you. So he calls, hey, Scott, come out here. Got a friend that wants to fight. So I got out and I started doing all these karate kicks and stuff and throwing my arms around, and the guy's watching. No. And then I did a roundhouse kick on a telephone pole.
Scott's fast as
I did pull back. I hit the pole. I put my foot back down and I placed it down and got in a stance. And the guy's mouth dropped. And he said, okay, you're fine. And he walked off. As soon as he walked off and was out of sight, he went, oh, man, that hurt.
I can't, Scott.
I don't know Kung Fu, but I know crazy.
Wax on, wax off, Scotty.
That's the only lesson he really learned, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
Scott.
very expertise at that too.
Well, it's better
Yeah,
than wax on, wax off.
That's what we were implying, Scott.
There it is, Scott. There it is. On YouTube.
Sean,
Yes.
you're no spring chicken, dude. You're not 12 years old. I
No,
know you got some stories too, bud.
Listen,
You can't tell him because Cat might be watching.
I'm already in deep. All right.
Real deep.
Hosting
Oh,
this
yeah,
show with
I see
you,
that.
Scott.
I see that
You know,
security
she
cam-
had the
little
locksmith
camera
there
right
before she left, and she's got a lock on her phone. She can hit it and lock the bedroom door, and then a pillow and a blanket drops up from the ceiling and lands on the couch.
What the fuck? Oh,
Well, Scott.
was that part of one of your fantasies, dude?
No, it's one of Sean's nightmares because he's looking for a good night's sleep tonight.
No, Sean gets mad if somebody tries to move his couch.
That's
Yeah.
right. Or they
Leave
sit on
my
the couch.
couch
I'm like,
alone,
what are y'all
bitch.
doing?
Not mess with the man's couch.
This is my house right here. This is my couch.
Well, last year it was he was
Oh,
afraid.
wait a minute. I got to. Me and Ben was discussing this after the show the other night, man. Sean, Ben feels that was staged.
I was highly disappointed. Yeah, we need to talk about how you approach this when you have
So
the camera on. And
I'll be very honest with you. I'll be very honest with you. By the time I came upstairs, she said she can hear me coming up the stairs. And then right before I came in the door, I'm sitting here saying to you guys, all right, be quiet. All right, be quiet. Here we go. So when I came in like this.
Yeah, with a
First
shit-eating grin on your face.
Right.
Yep, first mistake.
So she
yeah.
knew what was going
First
on.
mistake.
from
Should have
jump.
pocketed the camera.
She even said,
Let it go.
what are you up to?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
going on?
Right. She knew from jump. So it wasn't, I tried to snake it all out of her, but she knows by now.
And you were cheesing way too fucking much,
I
dude.
was. I was.
You know,
What?
so
Grin,
you're the
man.
worst poker player I've ever seen, dude.
I look, listen. I was in a
Nothing
tough
funny
spot.
going on here.
Listen,
Right, yeah,
I was in a tough
exactly.
spot. And she found out. All right. this could have ended altogether. All right? Then I would have sleeping on the porch. All right, I can't do that. All right, I want to be in the house, guys.
Oh, you had your car set up though.
I'll tell you, I did, but it was an abnormally cold night. I wouldn't try to sleep outside.
I
Make sure
really
you have
did
full
enjoy
tank of gas.
Kat when you were sitting at that table at that bar for St. Patty's Day.
Say
And
again?
she was drinking. When Kat was sitting at the table with you at St.
Yeah.
Patty's Day
Oh,
celebration.
pictures? Oh yeah.
No, not the pictures. You had a video of her.
No, we were
She was-
video chatting in a private chat, and you're just exposing the hell out of his private chat. What the fuck, Scott?
No, you guys did call me at one point because I recorded that, but I don't think that was that.
That's what he's talking about.
She was
That is
talking
awesome.
about her haircut, her new haircut, and how.
No, that was St. Patrick's Day, dude.
yeah, that's what I said. St. Patrick's Day celebration.
But Sunday was the day that I went out for St. Patty's Day. So is that the day
Yeah.
I called you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That
It
was
was,
St. Patrick's Day, Sunday.
Yeah, you guys were at the bar.
Yeah. That's what we talked. Yeah, because I was drinking Guinness. I never drink Guinness.
I don't even want to do a St. Irish. That's just an insult to the Irish when I try to do a accent for them. So no.
And
Yeah.
the thing about Kat, and if you're watching, you know what? The couch is comfortable. I don't even care anymore. She says she's Irish.
Don, shut up. Shut up.
I'm
Okay.
a defeated man here, all right? She says she's Irish. Oh, here we go.
Anthony.
Yes, I sent you a link, Handy.
Liquid bread. Top of the morning, Mr. Zach.
Guinness was originally made for the coal miners in Ireland. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that, but I believe
Yeah,
it. As heavy
They,
as that
they
is.
made that in the coal mines, so that because the lords and shit were the only ones that were drinking good booze, so they made their own.
What did they make that Pittsburgh beer for? To torture?
So you can cry about it, Scott. We do everything for you. Just
What
to,
is the name
just
of
to
this
piss you off,
Pittsburgh
man.
beer?
What is it called? Yasalonger or something like that?
Yingling. Yingling.
Oh, Yingling.
Yeah.
Scott was trying to describe earlier. He was like, "What is it, Jägermeister?" Yeah, I was like, "Oh,
I'm Jägermeister, dude.
Tastes like what you imagine toilet water tastes like after you go.
What you imagine?
Wait, that-
Sure, we know your perversions, dude.
I was about to say that's not very specific."
That was a very specific one, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm still drinking my.
Toilet water.
Can't even think what. The cinnamon bourbon Fireball.
Oh, is that all that's left from that? From what your wife won?
No, there's a bunch of alcoholic seltzers.
Ben's
that
blowing
crappy
something up
beer
over there.
I can't say the name of. Johnny and Scott.
Fuck you, Ben. Oh my god.
So Dan, we got
Why Scott
Oh,
got such a flat
wait.
head in that?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We are not alone. Anthony Handy
Oh,
is
look at
home.
that.
Join
What's
the
up,
fun, Anthony.
what's up, my friend?
He's looking at us like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
I think he wants to post
No, I'm in the-
running back.
I'm in the car.
I'm
I'm in the car, you dickheads. What's up?
So if this was Tales from the driver's side, like it was going to be, you'd be the only one in the car.
Right?
Right.
I hope you're
I'm
parked.
huh?
Hope you're parked.
Yeah, no, I'm driving down I-40, driving down the middle of I-40 at 100 miles an hour with both hands. Free.
And his glasses off.
So you got one of those advanced self-driving cars?
Oh,
The
Jesus
fuck?
Christ.
Man, I don't even make enough money in a year to have one of those. No.
So then you're in an
Sitting
Uber.
there- I'm in my car. I'm in my car. You baby.
He's really lost.
Wait a second. Are you Ubering Millie Bobby Brown right now?
Oh my
Oh.
fucking God,
He just
Scott.
wanted to go there.
Give him hell, Ant. Give him hell, Ant.
I was coming out of the gas station getting the soda, and y'all yeah. And then Sean was like, "I sent you the link, Handy." I was asleep when you sent me that damn link.
In the car?
No, at the house. I live around the corner from the gas station. This is like a conversation between Dorothy and Rose. My God.
Oh, it reminds me, I gotta
I
watch.
did the outfit. I
Right
have to
there.
do that.
Homework, actually.
Yeah.
So you
I
don't
had
have
to
any
bring that
drinks
one
at your
back.
house?
Oh my God.
I was at home falling asleep while my wife was watching TV, and I woke up and said, "I'm going to get a soda." And when I came out of the store, I checked my messages, and I saw that y'all were on. So I came and dropped a comment, and then Sean was like, "I sent you the link." I'm still sitting in the parking lot at the gas station. I haven't left the gas station
All
yet.
right. Well, Handy, get on the road quickly. I don't want you to congregate outside just in case people get the wrong idea.
You are in Oklahoma.
A brother sitting in his car outside the convenience store.
A lot of
seen
bad
I'm-
things have happened. A lot of bad
I'm
things-
good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not down on MLK Boulevard. I'm over in the suburbs.
Wait, hey, look, that's a different kind of gang coming after you. That gang in blue.
Nah, they all right over here. I know most of the police that come around this neck of the woods because they stay living at either this gas
And
station
the
or the
police,
other
you gotta
one
look
around the
out for
corner.
Karen, man.
Look out for who?
Karen in the suburbs.
My wife's name is Karen. I got to look out for Karen. I got to look out for Karen when I'm at home.
Does she ever get on you about doing shows?
Nah. That's been a part of who I am since when we met. I was doing the podcast, and that's all I ever talked about was I got to do the podcast. Oh, this would be great. While I was at the karaoke show, oh, this would be great material to go on the podcast. And then, yeah, that's all. I've been doing podcasts now for 15 years.
Sean, Scott, that was just wrong, dude. That was a deliberate shot at Sean.
No, it's like tonight. I told my
That
wife.
that was just a deliberate shot at Sean, man.
No,
You
I
know
told
it
my
was.
wife tonight. She was in the kitchen going, oh my back, oh. You know, she's in a lot of pain right now, and it's not a joke. It's for real. And I said, okay, honey, is there anything I can get for you or do for you? Because I got a show at 6, which was 7 their time. And she says, no, you're good, honey. Go do your show.
Oh God, just keep grinding it in. Just keep grinding it in.
I started getting all like, oh, I feel bad, man.
Shots fired.
Oh man.
Then how about your what? Never mind.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Ben has a pet. Is it a dog or a cat? You got, Ben?
Ben's got a cat.
Look.
He's a crazy cat lady.
Nah, Ben, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Ben lives near Las Vegas. He's a very smart man for remaining single. But she could marry a woman. They could say married 6 months. She could file for divorce and get 8 years of back alimony, even though they was only married for 6 months. So he's a very smart man.
Yeah.
Oh, he can just go to Elvis and get an annulment.
Nah. I don't trust those Elvises, especially those impersonators.
you never know.
Yeah.
Shit. It must be a bad.
I met the real Elvis there. He told me he was a real Elvis.
Speaking of Elvis, Andy, wasn't not Bezos. What's the dude that owns X?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Was it Musk? No.
Yeah,
No,
Elon Musk.
I know he is. So that is the right person that I was as far as that, but it wasn't him. Who was? Is another mogul. Somebody was one of the Elvises on one of the episodes that the Golden Girls got married on.
Was it Richard Branson?
No, somebody is super rich now.
Richard Branson.
That was then. That was young then. Maybe it was.
Oh, you mean the episode where Sophia got married and they had the hunker burning love out there?
I think Tarantino was in that as one of the Elvises.
Quentin Tarantino was one of those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was it
okay.
the dude that owns the baseball team? Whatever, or basketball team?
No, it's
Oh,
Quentin
Mark
Tarantino.
Cuban?
Cuban. Was it Cuban?
No, it's
Oh,
Quentin
no,
Tarantino.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
because the
Quentin.
super rich guys, Cuban's on every show, dude. He
Shut up,
makes
Johnny.
appearances
No,
on
Someone's
every
no,
gotta
I
show.
know.
say
I'm
his
saying
name.
we said who the guy was. The guy was Tarantino. He was the
Oh,
guy that was playing that had a
I thought
role.
you said super rich, dude. Man, he's not.
Well,
He's not.
yeah,
He's rich, but he's not
Hey,
that super
I know. I
rich.
was
dude.
thinking something different.
Look, in comparison to the five of us, Quentin Tarantino is super rich. Fuck a
Yeah,
third.
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
That man, hey, look, that man made so much money. He wrote himself into a movie script where he got the lick on.
Yeah, but he
Selma
don't
Hayek.
own. He don't own. He's not in space, dude. That's the thing. The
Nah,
super rich
but
people
I'm
are doing
saying,
nowadays. They got their own
anytime
space
you got
programs.
anytime you got enough
Makes
money
it
where
bad.
you're directing a movie and you get
Yeah.
to say, "Hey, Selma
That's
Hayek,
it.
I get to kiss your foot," and she goes, "Okay," you know you got money. Because if he was just Quentin Tarantino, the guy that delivered the food and catered the food on the set, said, "I want to lick your foot," she'd be like, "Ew, stranger
You
danger."
know he retired this year, right?
Yeah,
No,
Ben
Oh,
just
Quentin
posted a
Tarantino?
picture of it on Off the Rails.
I just showed it on camera, Scott.
Well,
Yeah.
I was off the camera. I was on the
Well,
Facebook.
keep up. You're on this show, right?
I saw him. He just was taking it down when I saw it, and I had the words coming out of my mouth. Do you understand the words that are coming out of
Anthony,
my mouth?
I'm noticing more gray in you than I noticed last time I talked to you. What's up with that beard?
Because I let my beard grow all the way out.
Oh,
That's what it is. Oh, can you share the news?
What news? Which news?
The latest thing, the job, or the new.
Oh, well, gentlemen, I auditioned for a voiceover gig to narrate the story of the jazz combos that desegregated the jazz clubs in Oklahoma City. And I got the word over the weekend that I got the gig to do the narration for the entire documentary.
Nice.
Congratulations.
awesome. Hell yeah.
Nice. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah, the guy came in town from somewhere in the Buck Cracker, Missouri. That's not Buck Tussle, because Buck Tussle's in Mississippi. Let's make sure we keep the geography straight. He came from Crackalacka, Missouri, and I did a little read for him. I just read the prologue, and he was like, "This is dope." He was like, "We're gonna see what we can come up with," because his brother was actually one of the members of the original trio, and there's two living members out of the trio. One of whom is here in Oklahoma City, and is a fraternity brother of mine. The other one is the director's brother, and he called me back. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna have you do the whole thing," and I was like, "Sweet." So we start recording on Tuesday.
Yes.
Awesome. Congratulations. Hey, Anthony, I got to say, I knew you were going places ever since the Cleveland Steamer, man.
I don't know if I like that. He's throwing dispersions at my state.
He said one thing about somebody in Missouri.
Yeah, guess where St. Louis is?
I
And he's probably talking about someplace like Sykeston, Missouri, or Scott City, or
No, Buck Tussle is a place that I made up. Buck Tussle is a small town that's got 15 people in it, and its biggest center of social activity is a combination gas station, dry cleaners, fried chicken place that every small town that has less than a population of 200 people has. And I just call it, but Mississippi, not Missouri, Mississippi. It's in Mississippi, and I call it Buck Tussle, and that's been my running joke with Sean. Is it's not like Shannon Sharp went to Buck Tussle State and they had to come find him off a videotape that somebody put in the mail with 18 stamps on it. That was that, and that's been a running joke ever since. It's Buck Tussle State, when we want to talk about a piece of crap school that's got 13 players, and they play on special teams, offense and defense. And the coach is also the PE teacher.
At Buck Tussle.
yeah, Johnny's trying to get me hooked up with a Chris Hansen episode.
No, you're trying to get yourself hooked up.
Why are you laughing?
You better be careful. You gonna mess around and get caught up with Uncle Ruckus like that episode of Boondock.
I don't want to see Elvis. You know who I want to see.
Oh God.
Nope.
He has no clue. He has no clue who even Boondocks is, dude, or what it is. You know what I mean?
That's true.
He has never turned that. He's never turned that show on ever. I guarantee you.
Probably doesn't know it, but I guarantee you've probably seen a reel on Facebook that they use the N-word a lot, and then they just kept on going.
I never did like that word.
Oh.
Oh my God!
The only time I liked the word was when they did that skit on Saturday Night Live with the two black guys with a white guy, and he says, "Is it all right if I say it?" And they say, "Sure, you're our friend." And he says it, and they beat the shit out of him, and he's in the hospital bed. And they start talking, and he says, "No, I ain't gonna say that again." "Oh, that's okay, you can say it." He says it, and they beat the shit out of him in the hospital bed.
I forget which comedian it is. I forgot. He tells a joke about it. It's like, look at all the white people in the crowd going, "I wish I could say that."
That was the guy that has the late night show now. Seth, whatever his name is.
No, it was D.L. Hewley. He's like, the white people in the audience right now, like, "I wish I could say that." It's like, you can just say it in your car like you do every other day.
With the windows rolled up and the lock button pushed down.
And he's never even seen that. He just knew.
Yeah. that is. I don't know whether to be amused or a little disconcerted that you know exactly the circumstance.
Well, I remember that when I was a young child.
With the doors locked and 3 blocks down the street from a safe distance.
Look left, look right.
Well, I mean, that was when my
Scott,
dad
you were offended when you thought he was talking about Missouri, right?
You were. You got that.
Okay, so that just shows that old white man. I'm sorry. Look, old white man.
What is this thing, Ben? Funny town names in Missouri: Licking, Tightwad, Blue Eye.
Say them out loud, Ben. Damn it.
Yeah, Blue Eye, Devil's Elbow. Scott's definitely been through Licking, I'm sure. Right? Yeah. What was it like in Licking?
Wait, hold on. No Diddy. Did you say there's a town called Licking?
Yes, Licking, Missouri.
Scott's hometown.
No worse than fucking Germany.
Licking.
They have in Bavaria.
Mm.
They have the romantic highway,
Mm.
and it seriously starts out. The first town along the road is called Petting, and then it goes on to fucking and all that other bullshit. Marriage. Those are actual town names in there.
Oh, they knew exactly what they were doing when they put that together.
Yeah, they did.
Of course,
they tried to put divorce and insecurity and
well, wait a minute, hold on. You're talking about Germany. You're talking about the United States, where you can damn near get a divorce with a big gulp at 7-Eleven these days.
Well, especially where Ben lives, all you have to do is look up Elvis.
Yeah.
And that's why we initially had the Elvis conversation.
Absolutely.
Full circle. Well, hell, I guarantee you have the buskers in Las Vegas, the lawyers are looking for clientele.
They chase the buses. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I don't know who's more aggressive, the lawyers in New York or the lawyers in Vegas, man. Because in New York, they have been known to jump in front of a car before.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you who's more aggressive than this, and Ben will be the first person to laugh when I tell you. This dude standing on the corner slapping them 3x5 cars on their leg trying to get you to come to the bunny ranch. Then them motherfuckers will tackle you like Jehovah's Witnesses. You know how the Jehovah's Witnesses be like, do you have a moment to talk about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Them dudes be trying to tackle you, be like, hey bro.
We got a
They stand
Liberty
on the
insurance
corner. They
place
stand
down
on,
the
they
street.
stand on the corner with it. Huh?
We got a Liberty insurance place down the street that has the sign guy dressed up like the Statue of Liberty. Out
Yeah.
That's got to be such a demeaning fucking job. I swear to God.
Hey, bro. While you joking though, at one point before the minimum wage shot up, they were getting paid $12 an hour.
Yeah. I know they were making money because I stopped and asked that dude. He says, I can't tell you how much I'm making, but I'm making okay.
See the guy at the off ramp on top of the highway when you get on the main street, he's making some good money too.
Oh, them folks make plenty good money. I guarantee you, some of the same
The
folks.
professional ones too. The
Yeah.
panhandlers. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You have professional
And they-
panhandlers, and then you have the people that are out there just slumming it, and they don't commit like the professional panhandlers do. I know a girl
No,
in
the-
Lake, man, that bought a brand new Ford truck. Her panhandling money on Christmas week. She only went out there from Thanksgiving till New Year's. That's the only time she'd be out there, and that was her yearly salary right there, man.
Damn.
Oh yeah, some of those folks make 6 figures a year, and you can tell here in Oklahoma City. They said the way to tell the professionals from the true homeless folks is the professionals will work the exact same corner every single day for the exact same time, and nobody else ever works that corner.
Right.
And they all know it's a community, just like truck drivers and everything else. They all know each other. I see them sometime at the gas station talking to each other and stuff.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm just like,
you got to be suspicious when a Chinese guy's standing there and he's got a sign and he goes, "Hola."
stop it.
I don't even know if that was a joke or not.
You never can tell with Scott. But
No.
the ones that really get me are the dudes. And it's a small handful of Armenian people around here in Oklahoma City, surprisingly. And they roll up on you in a $70,000 Mercedes SUV in the parking lot at Walmart, talking about, "Hey, Mister, little help, please." I'm like, "Little help? Yeah, in a Mercedes? Shit."
Yeah, I need
What
your
you want you to fucking do for him? Man? No, I don't want to know. That was a wrong question.
No Diddy.
Fucking want to know.
Hey Johnny, no Diddy. Hey, that's the new thing now, man. Instead of I saw this on the Shade Room. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's a website with about all things African American culture, pop culture, and apparently the phrase "pause" is being replaced with "no Diddy."
I've seen it.
So, because and if you're lost, there's some allegations about Mr. Sean Combs and some of his proclivities.
Allegation.
Allegations.
Allegations.
I don't know if you saw this reel, but 50 was
No
talking
pity,
about
no doubt. No pity.
and 50 Cent was like, "Look, he said him and Puff they was somewhere, and they was talking with a mutual friend or something like that. And Puff came over to him. And he said, "Hey, man, when me and you gonna kick it, man? Look, let's go shopping, man. I'll buy all your stuff." 50 said, "Do I look like a bitch? What, you gonna buy all my much money as I make? Are you kidding me?" He said, "He a fruit pop." He said he's sweet as can be.
Fruit roll up. There's a whole bunch of people starting to come, but a whole bunch of rappers starting to come out and be like, "Yeah, Diddy wanted me to spend the night at his crib like sleepover."
Mm-mm.
Well, his first name was Puff, right?
Yeah. Yes. I for one was glad when he changed it to P. Diddy and then Puff, because no longer would Sean be accompanied with him.
Yeah, okay. I didn't put that two together, man. He spelled it different than you, right?
No.
He
It's
spelled it the
SEAN.
same?
Same damn
Oh.
way.
Well,
The aliens have landed in Oklahoma.
No, I think Diddy took control.
I am your
How
father.
do you think my wife feel about the name being changed from Becky to Karen? Because it used to be Becky.
From Becky to Karen? Wow.
Yeah, it used to be that an obnoxious Caucasian woman that was in everybody's business was Becky.
Becky.
because
Yep.
Beyonce had this song about, and the lyric was Becky with the good hair. So everybody was talking about Becky, and it was Becky, 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 Becky forever. And then somewhere during COVID, with the lady calling the police on the people at the cookout,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it changed to Karen, and it's been Karen ever since. And my wife's name is Karen.
She couldn't lose. She couldn't win, could she?
Yeah, and guess where Karen lives?
Next door to you?
No, in Missouri.
Yeah. I can believe
His
that.
Karen lives in Oklahoma.
No, Karen, not his Karen. The Karen that they talked
From
about
the
that was
term.
outside with her husband.
Oh, the one from the barbecue. She's in Missouri.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Doesn't
that
surprise
makes
me.
sense.
It doesn't surprise me.
No, it's funny, Johnny. You know the guy that I told you about, the one that I said that I knew before you, and he looked like you, but you're totally different from him. You know where he moved to?
Missouri.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Whew. Thank God.
Hey, Scott. Question for you. How far or close are you to Fort Leonard Wood?
Far enough where I didn't drink the water.
Oh,
Okay. Now he's talking.
It's probably about 350 miles.
Okay, you a little ways out. That was where I went to basic training. That's why I asked.
oh, nice.
And let me tell you, gentlemen, when I tell you there is nothing in Fort Leonard Wood except for the post, and Rolla, Missouri strictly survives off of the post being there, it's not a lie. There's hotels for the parents to come to see their kids graduate, and restaurants for them to go eat. And I'm guessing a dive bar too for the active duty people that are so fortunate to be living in that area.
They need a UFO to crash there.
Yeah.
My brother did his basic training too, but he was in a tank and he passed out, and they had to take him to the hospital, and they got a medical discharge. He was an ROTC and was going to start out as a officer.
Damn. So hopefully it came out okay.
Anthony, you were in medical, right?
I was, yeah.
Who signs the discharge papers
The
for medical discharge? Is it
medical discharges? There's actually a specific there's a specific doc on each post that you talk for medical discharges.
Yeah.
You mean for active duty people leaving the military or for the VA?
For active people leaving the military.
That would probably be the whoever the chief of Medac is on post, the medical unit.
You know what? I just fucked up this whole thing because my question wasn't even about the discharge. It was about who admits them and who doesn't admit them for their medical issues.
Oh, well, it has to start if you're active duty, it goes through your unit first. You normally go through your unit. But realistically speaking, you don't have to go through your unit. You can go straight to whatever hospital is on post or clinic if it's not a big post. Right. And they could see you there. But the way that the military is set up, the units are they like to handle everything at the unit level. And because your direct chain of command tends to get real pissy if you circumvent their medics, because they want to keep everything in house. Because the whole thing it's all a numbers game. I'm not even gonna lie.
A numbers game.
I'm not even gonna lie. There's a lot of hateration in these units.
Yeah.
I got a buddy, Sean, you know him, Dave, that I was doing ball pit with. Mm-hmm. Dave had a jacked up ankle from a deployment, and he kept telling his unit, "Hey, my ankle's jacked, my ankle's jacked, my ankle's jacked," and they kept giving him Motrin and wrapping him up. And then they went out on a run, and he stepped on a pebble or something like that, and it shattered his ankle in 5-6 different places. Then he had to go to the hospital on post at Fort Stewart and get treated and seen, and they gave him a medical discharge. Damn. And he is now 100% permanent and total disabled because of his jacked up ankle.
Yeah. No, see, I was trying to make a joke about billionaires and how much I wonder how much the pay scale is for per person who gets the denials. You know, like my toe is shaped weird. I can't work. Never mind. It was a good joke in my mind, but it went too convoluted. Became too convoluted. Okay, somebody can speak now. Scott.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No.
step out, guys. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna wrap it. We're all.
Oh, did I chase Anthony out? Oh, come on,
No,
man.
I don't think. No, he was in his parking lot.
Oh, I got you, man.
Yeah.
I was talking about perfect timing for him to drop off the call.
I never made it in. They declared me 4F.
How much did you pay?
None. Oh, they asked me what kind of medical.
You
problem
get it. Sean, I see it just dawned on Sean.
Because he paused. He was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
They said,
I mean, no.
they found out I had a hernia when I was a baby, which never was operated on. It just healed on its own. When you're a baby, those things heal. But then they found out that I had a sinus condition when I went to Arizona. Lost 20 pounds in like 2 weeks and got deathly ill. So, nope, 4F.
Anthony, what's the weather like? Since you are our on the road reporter, how's conditions out there today?
Currently, the weather is a very chilly and wet 54 degrees here in the Sooner State, in the capital city, where the wind comes whipping down the plain. Projected to be more.
You did it. You went there. Oh, is that in the bylaws of that state?
What?
Anytime you speak publicly, you have to reference the song.
No, that's
Oklahoma.
No, that's some shit that I just thought. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That's something that I started doing.
Said here, Anthony.
Huh?
Worse has been said here on the show today.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you can cut loose.
Yeah, but that's just something that that's something I didn't come up with it, but it was just something that I did off the top. I used to send. I'm in a SEC football chat group, and that used to be my morning greeting to everybody when I was going to the gym. And it'd be like, "Hey, what's going on? It's your guy coming to you live from the Zagnif Mobile from the 405 live in the heart of Oklahoma City, where the wind comes whipping down the plain." And I just adapted that. That's just become my thing. But people lose their mind about that. That's just like being in Texas and going, "The stars at night, so big and bright," and somebody just jumped in it.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Oh
Yeah.
Again, Denver.
That's all. That's all.
I don't know if you remember Matt Colston or not, man. But every time I
I remember Matt.
I would do the Oklahoma song and shit. Then
dude, all you got to do is go in the mall and just yell "Boomer," and I guarantee you 6 or 7 people will yell Sooner back at you.
Yeah,
it's just like being in Georgia and yelling "Go Dogs" at any given point in time. Somebody's gonna yell "Go Dogs" back at you. That's all it is. But yeah, it's in the 50s. It's been drizzling off and on all weekend. It's gonna be chilly for the next couple of days, and then it's gonna start warming up. And then we get to watch. There's a reporter here by the name of David Payne, who is the most entertaining and normally the most wrong storm reporter on TV here in the state. But people just watch him because he's funny to watch. He's like, if you guys live between the corner of, if you live on the corner of Western and 164th, you need to get to your tornado shelters now. And I'm going out in my backyard going, no tornadoes.
Where's the clouds?
We got one more.
Alec, my buddy. What's up, Alec?
I just want to apologize to Sean because Sean apparently took my words, crumpled it up as a piece of paper, and took it the wrong way.
Alec, you got to understand,
is,
Alec, when you message
Pow Pow is the GOAT, and she's going to win a championship with South Carolina because she defeated the North Carolina Tar Heels today by.
I don't know what happened to Alec. Something happened.
Tahina Pow Pow, the GOAT.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean. I think you need to have your internet checked, because every time somebody says something about Washington or North Carolina, they just wind up dropping off the broadcast.
I know they do, right?
That's that Tar Heel internet, all right. Yo, but Alec, right before I looked at your message, Will messaged me. And the only thing he messaged me was 56-19. So then when I saw your message, I was like, oh, okay. Because I was going back to the Michigan State thing you was talking about the day before. So then I went with it. And then I sort of realized, I apologize.
See, Sean, if you were tapped into Ben's stream, we brought up the thing of I want to see Tahina Pau win a national championship because she was robbed of it in 2020 because of COVID. And I don't care what anybody says, Oregon would have won the national championship in 2020 if the COVID didn't happen because Sabrina and Pau would have won their national championship in basketball. Not football, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Not in football, Anthony. So don't worry.
Hey, fellas, it's been fun, but I got a jet. I was just having a cigarette before I came back in the house and making my soda run.
All right, bro.
But I appreciate y'all having me on. Always a good time. I will. I'm gonna do like the radio callers say. I'm gonna hang up and take my answer to my question off the air.
Congratulations, brother.
Yeah,
appreciate you, fellas. Y'all take care.
You too.
You know what's one thing I could say on here that Johnny can't kick me out of? Give me
I
a
sure
second.
cut you out though.
You know what? Hey, Sean, do you know what's in 4 days? You know what's in 4 days, Sean?
I
Shut
do.
the fuck up, Alex.
I do know. You know what? Give me
depression.
Hold up. No, hold on.
They're gonna get swept by my Dodgers.
Yep.
Without Ohtani?
We're still gonna get swept, Scott. We're still gonna get swept.
Cardinals, dude.
It's the Dodgers.
Well, Ohtani is a Dodger.
Well, guess what, Scott? If you haven't looked at the recent news, we have the worst pitching rotation in MLB.
Look at that.
Here we go.
Oh, look,
Here we
a
go.
toilet paper. Toilet
Here
paper.
we go.
They're playing
100 wins back to
Ohtani's
back.
old team. Yeah, playing
Hey,
Ohtani's old team on
Do
Thursday.
you know what that looks like, Sean? Looks like first round exit.
Hey, that was last year. New year, baby.
It never ends for you guys though.
Oh, look at that.
Here we go.
That's a real
Yes.
Oriole right there. Look at that.
Yes.
Now that's a real Orioles on Johnny's screen.
Yeah.
Looks like a,
That
looks like
that
a Robin
bird
to
won
me.
championships.
That's true. That is true. I was born.
Did
in
you
the
just say it
1920s.
looks like a robin?
Yeah.
I thought you knew birds, dude. How in the hell does that look like a fucking robin with white tips
No,
on its wings
Scott.
and shit? And it's the size of a
It's
fucking
orange.
darling.
Hey,
dude.
anybody want some more toilet paper?
Oh goodness. Where did he go? He went to Philly, right?
Yep.
Yeah, do you want toilet paper?
No, thank God we passed on that. After you
I
sent
got
me that
you.
video, then
I told you
was
not to get that jersey.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We did it.
Whoa.
I told you on the show
I
not to
bought
get that
this
jersey.
way before I knew you guys.
No, you did not. We didn't even have white before you was on our show.
First off, I literally,
in white
when we won the Super Bowl, I was never around your guys' show. I bought this when we won the Super Bowl. I was never on the show.
You want to go check the records?
Yes.
Because you were one of the first people I had on my show, and we were on the show way before. That
was Alex.
Somebody throw the red
You
flag.
think I don't know the difference between you and Alex? You were
You
still
don't know the
sleeping
difference
on the
between Alex
fucking
and Alex.
You were
so
still doing the show in the nude, laying on your fucking bed at the time.
I
dude.
didn't even know you guys until fucking mid-season of the second season after the Super Bowl.
You're getting Alzheimer's way too fucking early, dude.
You're getting Alzheimer's. Wait. Hey Ben, quick
I
question.
go through
Was I
these
ever on
shows
the show?
constantly.
Was I ever on the show after the Super Bowl? Wrong guy. I knew you guys from whenever
I think it was
Ray Kennedy
2023,
and
right?
fucking what's the name?
Peter,
Yeah, Peter, fucking Ray Kennedy, fucking what's his name?
Harry,
Rick
those guys.
Hughes. I
Rick
would
Hughes.
watch their shows, and then they had on Bucks Report, and then I saw Thursday NFL Edition on Thursday, and then I would watch the show. Then I started commenting on it.
Yeah.
So check your Carfax because your Carfax are expired. Because I definitely,
yeah.
I bought this jersey before when I was on your show. I bought this jersey when I was watching your show.
Is that Vinny
I
Testaverde?
definitely wasn't watching the show when I bought this jersey.
All right, shut up. You got it. I'm only conceding because I
Ow!
deleted all those
Quack, quack,
the StreamYard
baby.
shows.
I've never
Quack, quack, baby.
quack quack. Oh, I like that. Yo,
Hey,
can
did
you pull
you
out that
notice on the
Troy
bottom
Franklin
it says
Washington jersey.
Herbert on the bottom? Yeah, Herbert. On the bottom it says pervert.
He's not
on
talking to
the-
you,
Yeah.
Scott. He's just talking. He's talking about Justin Herbert. Okay.
Oh, he's talking about
Greatest
Herbert the pervert.
quarterback of all time.
Who?
The one that Sean had the audacity to question, does he still got it? Yes, Sean, he still got it. Brandon Staley held him back from his true potential.
I can't
Justin
wait to
Herbert
see this
is
season.
that man.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's bring that back, Sean. I can't believe that came out your mouth, dude.
I asked the question.
You're
I
on
asked the
punishment,
question.
Sean. You're on punishment.
I asked the question. How am I on punishment for asking the
Dude,
question?
come on, man.
See, okay. I'm glad.
Because
okay.
you know well, maybe you
I
don't know quarterbacks that well.
Ah, well, according to the two of you over there, I don't know quarterbacks at all.
Well, he's a
Well,
Seattle fan
But
now.
it's not
so-
like you guys said that CJ Stroud needed a whole nother year, and we can just forget about that whole conversation.
Hey,
that you guys
didn't I admit I was wrong on that one? Didn't I?
I don't
admit
care
was-
if you
You
think
did-
you're
you
wrong at all.
actually
If you're telling me
You
I'm
actually
bad
did.
on quarterbacks, how can y'all even say anything?
Yeah, well, at least I would admit I was wrong. When
Johnny
I
admitted
said,
it too.
you didn't. You're like, oh, Sam Howell's the guy. He never got a chance. He never got an opportunity.
Well,
He never-
actually, Sean,
Yeah,
Sean did. Yeah, he
Okay.
did. He called out me and you, Ben, and said you guys were
know.
right. And then he had some derogatory shit to say at the end, but still, he did
Well,
admit it.
Well,
okay.
let me explain this to me. Explain it to me. Because if we're given, and I'm not saying Justin Herbert is any less talented. All I'm saying is, if we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt for having a poor coach, why are we
Sean,
not going to give Sam the benefit of the doubt after he played one full season?
You sound like Winston fans.
So, but how many years of Winston did you have that we're comparing this
Okay, should I say you sound like Freeman fans?
You
Too
played
many.
1 year with Freeman? Hey, look, at the end of the day, you guys are all Bucks fans. So it doesn't matter what I have to say.
This is
because
a Florida
you guys
State
know more.
I am
about
an
the Reds
NFL
fan.
fan.
Okay,
I'm
I
not
like
a Bucks
the-
fan.
But when I'm saying that, I understand that. That's why I stopped the argument on Jameis Winston and all that stuff. I get that. But when you're coming over to Washington, who you guys barely even look at outside of me and that stuff, that's where I go back and forth. Because if I was to say something about one of your quarterbacks, you have shut me down over the years multiple times.
I would never shut you down.
No,
over
no, but
Winston or
realistically,
Freeman or any of those guys.
but
man.
listen,
never.
but Johnny, listen. Realistically, it would be okay to do that because I don't study. When I go to anything trying to figure out about Tampa Bay, I go to you guys. I don't ever profess to know anything more than what you guys let on or what I watch. But with
I may know
Washington,
less about Tampa Bay than I know about the rest of the league, though, because
But what I'm saying is with Washington-
overcompensate.
Well, I
Yeah.
understand, and that's what it's. So I already have a harsh view of Sam coming out of college because I knew all his ailments, and I knew it coming into the league. So if I'm focused deep on him, and I'm saying, yes, he has issues. You can't hide the sacks. You can't hide the interceptions. But I just think it's weird because we can say this quarterback got sacked X amount of times. Oh, but he won. Oh, well, he had a stacked team in Joe Burrow. But we're saying this quarterback could throw for almost 4,000 yards. Well, he got sacked all this time, and it's all his fault. And you're kind of downplaying the rest of the issue.
My only
No,
issue,
I never downplay the rest of the issue. I downplay the development, and that's probably staff, and I downplay their commitment to win behind him. That's definitely staff. I
Right.
think every quarterback who walks into the NFL has a good shot if they get the right circumstances.
Right.
and my only issue was when you guys signed Brissett and everything, and you had Howe. Why
Yeah.
did Washington name Sam Howell the starter even before training camp? Why didn't they
Brissett
give an
was Brissett was not, and I understand that argument, but Brissett was never intended for Brissett to come in here and be the future. You got to understand,
It's not.
We
intended
all
for
knew on
Russell
the
Wilson to
outside-
be the future of Pittsburgh either.
but we all knew the outside looking in that either somehow Ron was going to save it or EB was going to be new. We didn't know that this all was going to happen this year. So at that point, you're looking at starting new. Johnny, how many times did you tell me you have your new coach already? EB is there. So he had his quarterback with him in this system. Boom. Now they did whatever they did, and both sides. I'm not going
You
to
know what I
take
discounted? I didn't think about, and I really should have. If I'd opened my eyes, I'd have seen it. That new ownership. You got one of the part owners out there raising hell,
right.
you know, about the team and shit. I should have saw the writing on the wall for everybody then. You know what I mean? And I didn't.
Well,
I did
the
think
thing-
Eberflus was better than that.
The thing that I get frustrated when it comes to you guys is I do follow you and I do hold you in high regards when it comes to sports and talking football and all this type of stuff. So when I look at the situation in Washington, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, who could have succeeded in this situation? Nobody. Now, I understand with the new regime, they're going to move on. I get that. But if we can really put all of this in one catch, say Sam was so bad, and then I look at somebody like Justin Herbert, and I'm like, oh, well, he's had bad coaching. Yes, Staley is terrible, but he's had a team. He's had a wide receiver duo that's one of the best in the league. He has defensive players, albeit he goes up against Kansas City and that, but you also go up against Denver and the Raiders. So I just think I get it that Herbert is great and he came out of school and he was great and everything, but he hasn't seemed to live up to it. But with Herbert, and I'm not putting those two, Herbert and Howell, because I know Herbert's far better. But what I'm saying with Herbert is, even though you are so great, and I know your quarterback was the issue, you're given the benefit of the doubt. Washington, everybody can agree that before this season, coming into the season, most of us said, I might have been higher and said 7-8 wins. But realistically, what we had this year at 4 wins was expected. People didn't expect us to do anything with the team that we had. So it was already a losing situation. So Brissett coming in there, his sole intention from everything that I've read was just to work with Sam, just to work and help him. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, well, why didn't you bring him in as a starter? Well, do we want to start our franchise with him? Or I understand a stopgap. If we have an opportunity to start it with the kid that's young, who's cheap, that we can sit here and build on, who incidentally had a solid season when you look at the games and not just the stat sheet.
But why name him the starter just like that? Why not wait?
Make it look like
Because
a
you-
competition
like a
anyway.
comp-
Because you want to, because you have a guy that's in his first full season. You don't want him to be thinking too much, because then at the same time you got EB's offense. So you want him locked in completely. You don't want him to worry about that guy that's coming up second.
I
And
get that part. I'm talking about from the team perspective, from like the media perspective. Why not?
I don't
keep
think
that
the
in-house?
ownership there really gave a fuck, because they already had in mind what they were going to do this season.
well,
I think
that's the other
whatever that's
That's the
on
reason.
that's on coaching or whatever, and they knew that they were on the way out too. So
right. That's the other side to it, is that there was it's one thing to say, and Nick has said, and shout out to Nicholas Rosario, who said this multiple times. It should have been a quarterback competition. They should have worked with both of them, X, Y, and Z. We didn't sign a multi-year deal with Jacoby Brissett. Like, there was no intention from anything that I got that he was there to be there for anything else than just to kind of keep Sam calm. Like, that
Right.
was his job. And everybody else on the outside looking in was like, oh, don't you guys want to win? Don't you guys? Look, at the end of the day, what the Rams did and what the Buccaneers did on those Super Bowl years is not what normal teams do. You have an all-star quarterback, and then you build up this stud team around them with different pieces that come in. Like, that's not a lot of teams, they build up. So with us, we didn't have any of the pieces. We knew Ron was out. We knew there was a whole transition
wait a
going
minute.
on.
When we brought Brady in, the team was a solid fucking foundation. People
Very
didn't
true.
realize that, except unless you were a fan of the team. We knew what we had there. But
What I'm saying though is LeGarrette Blount, Gronk, even AB, these different players that were added. I don't know if Vita Vea was there before that whole thing, but these different players that were added made it from a playoff team to a Super Bowl team. And that's what happened.
We drafted
with
Vita
Ram.
Vea. It wasn't LeGarrette Blount. We got rid of him years ago.
Yeah.
Not
It
LeGarrette
was
Blount.
Leonard Fournette. You're
Leonard
digging-
Fournette. That's what I meant. Big back. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But Leonard Fournette. But I mean, yeah, he's far better than LeGarrette Blount. So you know, I didn't even know you had LeGarrette Blount. As a matter of fact,
We drafted LeGarrette Blunt when
Oh,
nobody else would because of his attitude. Remember?
because of the Boise State game.
You know
Yep.
what? You know
Yep.
university.
Exactly.
You know what school he went to? Quack, quack.
Where'd he go?
Quack quack.
Oh, he did. He
That's why Alec left the. he
That
left
is why he
off.
left.
As far as your quarterback goes, the only thing I'm looking for this year is I'm waiting. I've got your comments saved about how bad you were trying to tell me Drake May was. So if you draft Drake May this year and he does good, expect it, dude. I'm
Look,
I'm
oh, I
gonna
understand.
fire him at him. I'm gonna be
But
firing him at you.
That's my thing, though. That's my thing. I am extra hard on my quarterbacks, especially when they come out of North
Yeah,
Carolina.
you are. That's
Especially
true.
when I watch, you got to, and that's the other part, man. Like, just because I know me and Alex just did start doing the show last year of college, but I have grown up on college football. So this is the first, I watched that full
You're
season.
also a diehard defender too, buddy.
Well-
Believe that. Yeah.
Well, this is the reason why. Because if I feel like if I'm going extra hard on you, then I'm also going to be your number one guy. Like for you guys, everybody, I've had people ask me, "Oh, you friends with all these old men? Why are you hanging with old men?" Because when I'm going through shit, these old men are around talking to me, helping me out, and giving me advice. When all y'all are doing is judging me, and you know what I mean. So it's
I get it. All right, look, I'm a
I'm
Kyle
here.
Trask fan until I see him on the field fail. I will be.
Yeah.
Or until the Bucks cut him, then I'll no longer be a Kyle Trask fan because he's no longer a Buck. You know what I'm saying? Well, I might watch just to see if I was right about him or not. But
right. But what I've come to the conclusion
that,
on, at the end of the day, where you guys are correct, in my opinion, is that yes, I did push it a little higher for Sam because this was a dream situation. My favorite quarterback, you know, the guy that I watched all through college, coming to my favorite team.
And I think that's why you're so down about Drake. I haven't heard you beat down on him lately, but I don't remember when me and you were talking before.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I like Drake May. When I first said I like Drake May, I like this kid and shit. And you were really hammering me about how he did this and he didn't do this and he didn't do this. I was
part of that is Sam Howell, though.
But I see the potential in this guy.
But part of that is Sam Howell. And part of that is how hard I went this year for him, because everything you're saying about Drake, I saw in Sam. You know what I mean? So, and then you have Sam and you have Mitchell Trubisky. So
there's the difference. You got to take potential and develop it. If you don't fucking develop it, it'll never bloom. Okay?
But what you said, that point to a T, that's what it is. So a lot of these quarterbacks, like in Sam, we don't have a real accurate depiction of him because they didn't take any time to develop Sam. They didn't do anything beneficial. EB was just as much on probation and everything as Sam was. So there was no continuity in that team. You know what I mean? So I just don't think we have an accurate depiction of him. And now it doesn't matter because he's
now you have a clean slate and you can start from scratch and see what you got.
Let's hope so. And I hope, honestly, everybody really wants us to be, playoff next year. No, I would rather us to be 500 next year. I'd rather us slowly build and start building and putting pieces together because I want the sustained. I don't want 1 year. That's
Sean, me and Ben both got to cut out, dude.
Oh yeah, no, I
got to go.
I was gonna cut out earlier, but
real quick. I'm not just kidding.
We went 2 hours and 8 minutes already, dude. Wow,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's a long Sean Spencer show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for having me on, man. Sorry, I wish I could stay a little long. I got to get dinner going. So.
Oh yeah,
guys,
no doubt.
Have a good night. Right. We'll do this again sometime.
I'll stick around as long as we talk about Millie Bobby Brown.
No.
And stream ended. There.